Okay, you've done all the things. You've been affirming, you've been scripting, you've been watching probably way too many YouTube videos on manifesting a specific person or manifesting love. But the needle's not moving, right? Shit's not shifting. You're still feeling the same. You're hearing crickets in your 3D reality, or in your 3D, it's like a little, you get a little confirmation here and there of maybe a text that was on point, or you have all the guys you're not interested in affirming to you what you've been focusing on. I'm going to tell you how to solve that. Stay tuned. You don't want to miss this. Hey everyone, my name is Kim Velez. I am a former trauma therapist, now turned life coach, manifestation transformation coach. The basic line is I definitely am the game changer. I started the self-concept and love movement back in 2019, and it's been spreading like wildfire, and I'm so excited about that. So what we're talking about today is for the people that are doing all the things, that they're doing everything they're supposed to be doing, but nothing's moving, nothing's shifting. They're still getting breadcrumbs. They're still getting, the random fucking text once in a while, or maybe they're not getting any breadcrumbs. Maybe they're getting zero in their 3D reality, or they're still feeling and watching themselves react to the 3D constantly to seek the validation, allowing that 3D to control them, right? Like so many clients, when they first learn law of assumption, this is what they say. Kim, no, I feel great today. And I'm like, okay, what happened today, right? Oh, well, I heard from SP. So they went up to here. So they allowed the circumstance to control their emotion. And then 3 days went by, they didn't hear anything back. So then guess what? They were down here. So that's still someone who's tied into the 3D and allowing the 3D to control and decide who the fuck they are. And I want to dive in deep with this because I think it's really important, because when this continues to happen, you have two decisions to make, or two choices, I guess I would say, rather than two decisions. You have two choices. One, you can either keep doing what you're doing and extend and elongate your fucking reality where you still feel like shit, you feel insecure, you feel not good enough, you're still allowing 3D to control you, and you're not getting what you want. Or you can make a different choice, and you can do things different and actually do some deep dive and start shifting not only your 3D, but most importantly, you. So you're at a crossroads, babe. What are you going to decide? So what typically happens is this. You learn law of assumption. You understand, whoa, everyone is me pushed out. Wow, my thoughts are creating this version of someone. So that means I just have to change my thinking and I'll get something different. And that's not that that's not accurate, but there's big pieces that are missing. And so here you are doing all the things, babe. You're changing the story, but you can't believe it. You have a hard time where it's sticking, where you actually know deep in your heart dominantly that this person's going to rise the occasion. And the issue is, if you're still feeling insecure, if you're still living in fear that you're never going to hear from them again, if you're still feeling not worthy and unlovable and triggered constantly, it ain't working, babe. What you're doing is you're gaslighting yourself. And this is really fucking common in this space. And this is one of the things that I recognized quickly in myself years ago and fucking turned that shit on its head and really collapsed time and space with focusing elsewhere. And I stopped gaslighting myself, and I stopped gaslighting by, even though I still was me, I still felt unloved, I still felt unworthy, I still felt not good enough, right? So if you're feeling unloved dominantly, if you're feeling not good enough still, if you're feeling insecure as fuck and operating out of fear, then you have to stop gaslighting yourself. And what you want to do instead is you want to alchemize. You have to alchemize and turn what's going on internally into the version of you that is not anchored in that emotional state. Remember, your emotions are not what manifests, but your emotions are your guidance system to let you know who the fuck you're being, babe. who you truly are. So we can sit here with our conscious thinking, and it's important. You have to learn to master your mind, because Neville was very clear. I know this from my own transformation journey, and the women that come in my world fucking get the results they want, because we all know this to be the case, that when you understand that how to master your mind, it gets very easy. Conscious manifesting becomes easily and effortlessly. So the goal to get there, though, is you want to learn how to transform quickly and effectively. And you want to do it in two ways. You want to learn to master your conscious mind, but you also want to fucking imprint and reprogram your subconscious mind. And you want to do it together, because that's the magic. That's when the shifts really fucking happen, and you collapse time and space a lot fucking quicker than if you don't. So another thing that people do when they learn law of assumption, and if you're identifying with a lot of what I'm talking about here, you're probably still doing this. You are affirming to control outside of you rather than affirming to believe something differently about you and what the fuck you get to have. That's mistake number one. And this is very common, because remember, the old version of you was probably obsessed about a specific person, had trained their mind to constantly think and worry about the specific person. And then when you learn law of assumption and you are following the ill advice that is saying, no, just keep changing the story of them, that's how you get them to shift, then you're just doing the same level of thinking that you did from the old version of you, which is why you're not getting the result, because nothing's changed in you. So this is the shift that needs to happen as well. And I really teach the most effective way. Again, went through it myself, and I've had the fucking privilege of helping thousands of you go through it too and get the results that you want. And I teach a really highly effective way where you hit the points that you need to hit in order to help your brain move from that neural pathway that's set up, where your association and fixation on SP, remember, that started from a codependent mindset where, oh, I'm going to worry about other people more than I worry about me. And you're doing the same thing. You think you're doing it in a better way, because you're attempting to change the focus when you think of them in your mind in a positive way rather than the negative way, which, yes, that's a little piece of it. But the reason why it's not shifting is because the old version of you, who doesn't know they're worthy, who doesn't feel like a priority, who treats themselves as unworthy, who settles in their love life, who accepts the breadcrumbs, she's still trying to get SP to be different so she can feel better. And she's missing the fucking piece of that alchemizing again. And this is where the gaslighting happens, which is why you guys aren't getting what you want. You might get a little sliver here and there, but it's nothing that's sticking, groundbreaking, and constant and expanding in your favor. And then the other thing I'm going to touch on in this video is, if you're someone who you're affirming and you're doing the alchemizing within you, and you're working your conscious and your subconscious mind together, but you're still acting as the old version of you, that is a huge clue that is still who you dominantly are. Because our actions, what we do in the 3D, is really one of the most powerful ways, because it's when we're on autopilot and we're just operating from the subconscious programming, we've already mapped out in our subconscious mind the choices and behaviors we do in the 3D from that belief system. So if you're still chasing with texts, right? If you're still saying, I'm worthy of commitment, but every time SP hits you up at 2 a.m. and you say yes, and you're not getting the commitment, right? Nothing's changed. They don't even want to date you. They just want to have sex with you. Like, you're still settling. You're still operating from a version of yourself that says, even though I want this, I'm willing to take this. And we do that when we have low self-concept, right? This is what the problem of having low self-concept is. It makes us settle. It makes us not hold out for the things that we really want, because we don't believe we're good enough and we don't believe that it's going to happen. So then we accept the shitty circumstances. We accept less than what it is that we truly want. So if your actions are doing the opposite of what you say you want, right? I want to be pursued. I want to feel good enough. I want this. I want that. I want SP to, court me and pursue me. And yet you're the one that, if you're not hearing from them, you're checking up on them. Or if you do get that random text and they're like, yeah, yo, let's go out, right? And you're like, okay, great. And then they don't follow up for 3 days, that you're sitting here checking your phone constantly and wondering in your mind, like, oh my God, do I text them? What do I do? How do I confirm this date? Like, that's you chasing, babe. So you're not changing. So if you don't change, you don't get major results differently. Again, you might get a sliver, but we want your reality to be different, not a moment different. We want 24/7, or at least 23 hours a day, 6 days a week, to be completely different, right? Fuck 30 seconds of getting a text once a month that is what you want. I mean, again, that's you settling, that's you believing, oh, this is great. This is all I can get. So woo, I'm gonna accept this. No, you deserve more, and you totally can get more, but you gotta fucking want more, and you gotta really understand how to move into that version of you and act and be fuck acting, be the version of you that's worthy, and doesn't accept the fucking crumbs, even while she feels not good enough and not worthy, right? So these are the things to really pay attention to and understand that if this is what's happening to you, baby, it isn't a manifesting a specific person problem. It's you're not conforming, you're not focusing enough on you, you're not alchemizing the version of you, and you're still dominantly just being who you've always been, which is going to keep getting you the same manifestation results. So if you want to dive in deeper, if any of this is hitting home, I got 2 ways that you can really level yourself up. One is we are doing our 4-week intensive aligned love intensive. It is a deep dive of the masterclass. We're keeping it small as fuck because we want to do hot seat coaching every single week. So if you really want to try that, link is below. We start May 6th. We're already halfway sold out. I don't know if we're going to be sold out because, again, we are keeping it limited by the time you watch this. The other way is for those of you that are ready to like go all the fuck in, then I invite you to join our 12-month coaching program, which is our signature coaching group. We have boss babes in there who are getting the fucking results. I just posted one on Instagram yesterday where she manifested her specific person back, and they're dating, and he's talking about their future, and he's constant and consistent and saying and doing and being all the things that she wanted him to say, do, and be. And the cool thing is she's sitting here sharing like, holy fuck, this is so amazing to date him this way and not have him on a pedestal, right? This is so cool that I feel confident around him and I feel good about me, because she never felt that way before around him. She always felt insecure and not good enough and all that yucky stuff that we do when we have low self-concept. So I'm like, fuck yes, babe. So this is what happens, right? This is what happens when you really do the work and stop focusing on putting a Band-Aid on a gunshot wound or doing the superficial things that aren't getting to the root and allowing you to actually have the experience that you want. So we invite you to come into our amazing 12-week coaching program, where it is a 12 week, did I say? No, 12 month. It's a 12-month commitment, because we know how fast you can shift with us, but we also know, based off our own process and as many people as we've been helping, especially with self-concept and love, you got to anchor it in, babe, right? And things are going to come up along the way that most people fall off and don't get the results that they want. So we help you collapse that time and space and allow your transformation to stick and be potent as fuck and just solidify. So by the time you're done, your whole life is going to look so different. We have 3 calls every month. We do powerful conscious and subconscious reprogramming. It's Maritsa and I, anything from bioenergetics, somatic work, and the shit that I do, right? Which is really just embodiment. We're all about the embodiment work, because that's how you alchemize. This is how you calm your nervous system. This is how you really move into a total different empowered version of yourself. And it's fucking incredible. And if you join that program, we also give you free access to our paid masterclasses and paid intensives that are all about your personal transformation journey. So we have new ones pretty much monthly, and they're fucking amazing and incredible. So you have so much to work with. To me, it's a no-brainer. But all the info's below. If you have any questions, just email us, and we love you guys. Bye.